welcome to Unity of Bloomington. I am your service leader today, Mabry Salmon. Welcome to everyone who's joining us online or here with us today. Welcome to the Salmon Family Takeover. Our theme this month is Independence from Limitation, Living from Imagination and Understanding. Please join me in speaking our affirmation. I am free from limitation, rooted in divine understanding, and guided by spiritual imagination. I rise beyond fear, doubt, and the past. I envision boldly, discern clearly, and live joyfully, expressing absolute freedom. I invite the congregation to stand, if comfortable, and sing to the welcome song.
Welcome to our Namaste moment. The Christ in me sees the Christ in you. The God in me welcomes the God in you. I now dismiss the kids to head downstairs, and I invite all of you to offer each other a sign of gratitude and peace and love. Thankful that we're all here together and see the love that shines bright from within all of us. You're free to move about the cabin.
And you too. Glad to have you back.
All right, I love it. Let's feel the love this morning. Opening prayer today, I just want to say that today is a good day. We come together in friendship and fellowship, and we are grateful. We are a light in this world, and we shine bright. When it seems dark, we shine brighter. We show up every day. We are present. And we choose love. That's what makes us special. That's what makes this a special place. Sharing community with a group of like-minded individuals that operate from a place of love. We make a difference. The world is counting on us too. The universe calls out to us. It's all good. And so it is. Amen.
Peace in my life is growing because I choose love. Love's always present, it's what I'm made of. I choose love. We are a part of each other. We are one tie that binds us that can't be undone. I choose love. I choose love. Peace in my family is growing because I choose love. Let love be present, it's what we're made of. Each other, we are one loving family, sharing one son. I choose love. I choose love. Peace for our planet is growing because I choose love. Let love be present, it's what we're made of. I choose love. We are a part of each other. We are one. One choice unites us, let us be the one. I choose love. I choose love. I choose love.
Today's inspirational reading is from the Daily Word. I feel free when I listen to the guidance of Spirit within me. Every day I make choices about how to respond to the world around me. Even if I face limitation in life, I am free to think and believe however I choose. My sense of independence grows when I concentrate on the things I can control, my thoughts and beliefs. True freedom means taking ownership of my life, even if I do not like what my life is showing me. I am free to change my reaction. I am faced with a limitation or restriction. I acknowledge it without focusing on it. I turn to God like a traveler searching the sky for the North Star. Spiritual practices guide me back to my innate wisdom and intuition, bolstering my feeling of freedom. I remember the strength within me is greater than what lies before me. I can navigate my situation with ease and grace.
When everything changes, I can change anything. Turning the pages, everything's new. If life's little stages are teaching me anything, it's everything changes and I can change too. It used to be when things got crazy, I'd get to feeling so low. But I found out I can't let that faze me. Honey, now I know. When everything changes, I can change anything. Turning the pages, everything's new. If life's little stages are teaching me anything, it's everything changes and I can change too. Who expects the unexpected? Life sneaking up on you. And sometimes we all feel disconnected. What you gonna do? When everything changes, I can change anything. Turning the pages, everything's new. If life's little pages are teaching me anything, it's everything changes and I can change too. Who's to say why it works this way? Well, it's kind of strange, but it's true. When everything changes, I can change anything. Turning the pages, everything's new. If life's little stages are teaching me anything, it's everything changes and I can change. Everything changes, I can change anything. Turning the pages, everything's new. If life's little stages are teaching me anything, it's everything changes and I can change too. Everything changes and I can change too.
Our speaker for today is a very fun and kind soul, someone whose spirit shines bright everywhere he goes. He loves to grill. Everything he grills on his Weber turns out amazing. He is the funniest person I know. You may know him as the vice president of the board, but I know him as Dad. Introducing Luke Salmon.
Thanks, Mabry. I'm really proud of you, and it just brings my heart so much joy to see you up here introducing me today, and I'm so proud, and you're doing such a great job, so thanks. One day, God asked Adam how things were going with Eve. Adam said, "Pretty good, I guess." God said, "You seem to be holding back. Do you have any questions?" And Adam said, "Well, why did you make her so much more beautiful than me?" God said, "So you would enjoy looking at her." And Adam says, "Well, why did you make her skin so much softer than mine?" And God says, "So you would enjoy touching her." And Adam says, "And why did you make her smell so much better than me?" God said, "So you'd want to be around her all the time. You see, Adam, I made Eve just for you, to make you happy." And Adam said, "Then why did you make her so stupid?" And God said, "Well, Adam, if I had made her any smarter, then she never would have slept with a guy like you." I'd like to thank Manasseh for asking me to speak today. for trusting me in this sacred space to deliver a message to all of you today. While she takes some well-deserved time with her mother, I'm truly honored and blessed to hold this space. This is a special place, and I hold great reverence for the space I'm entrusted to hold. And I pray that you all find something of value to take home with you today, and then take out and then share with the world. I'd like to also thank Reverend Karen for inspiring me with previous creation story topics and Course in Miracles concepts that have helped me with this talk today. And I'd like to thank Reverend Lynn also for inspiring me with many interesting truth, unity, and metaphysical topics in my early days at Unity. It really kind of got me hooked into the whole New Thought and Unity movement. I love the metaphors and metaphysical definitions that Unity and New Thought movement allow us. They allow us to interpret the Bible and teachings of the spiritual masters in a context that is much more empowering, allowing us to break the shackles of limiting beliefs. I'd like to cite truthunity.net as an inspiration for today for a lecture titled Adam, Eve, and the Serpent by Ed Rabel to a second-year class in 1975. Now, I've learned a lot about Unity Titans, like the Fillmores, Katie, and Butterworth, but not Rabel. So I looked him up, and Edward Rabel became an ordained minister in 1958, and he apparently knew Charles Fillmore quite well, and bore a physical resemblance to him, actually. Even imitating his voice and mannerisms for his students in class. Rabel is known as one of the greatest minds in the arena of metaphysics and metaphysical Bible interpretation for all of Unity. He co-authored the original course material for Metaphysics 1 and 2, and one Unity minister called him Unity's resident Yoda. Sounds like an interesting guy. That's Ed there. So when Manas asked me to speak, I knew what I wanted to talk about, and I've been cooking on this one for a little while now. I hope you all can bear with me as I work through it. These are some new concepts. So I've always been interested in the creation story. Adam and Eve, the Garden of Eden, the serpent, the apple, the tree of knowledge of good and evil, the tree of life. I like the imagery of it. I like the concepts, and I like the metaphors. This whole story is a metaphor, and I want us all to acknowledge that concept as a basis for this discussion today. As cool as it sounds, I'm not going to be talking about talking snakes and poison apples as literal interpretations today. Not today. Maybe some other day, but not today. So when I set out to research this topic, I came across this Truth Unity story, this lecture by Ed Rabel, and his metaphysical interpretation of the creation story just strung a chord in my heart as truth. That's capital T, truth. So I'll be referencing some concepts he introduced today throughout my message, and I encourage you all to read the lecture for yourselves as he outlines it in a much more sophisticated manner than I'm currently able to express. Bear with me. I'm still a work in progress, and we can all use a little grace. I think we all know the creation story of Adam and Eve. I don't need to quote scripture for word, and some of the language in the Old Testament is at best not helpful for today's purposes, and at worst very damaging for the implications it leaves. A lot of folks are holding on to a lot of guilt because some of the language that's in there. So I'm approaching the topic from a purely metaphysical standpoint, okay? So in the garden, it's perfect, it's paradise, it's utopia, heaven on earth. Perfect environment to grow, every need is met, and we're living abundantly. It's all good. And that's because we're one with God. Unity Principles 1 and 2. You guys with me? Okay. So it's Adam and Eve and God in paradise in the garden. And in the garden, there's only one rule. Eat anything you want, just don't eat that. That one fruit, don't eat that one, okay? Why? Well, because if you do, you'll die. What? Now, we're not talking about actually dying, and Adam and Eve don't actually die. We're talking about this reality dying, and I'll get back to that in a second. So, this is the moment I want to focus on today. This is the moment that intrigues me and inspired my talk for today. So, Eve walks by the tree of knowledge of good and evil, and there's the serpent. Now, the serpent represents external stimuli apart from source. It can also be interpreted as desire or sensation in this context. And the serpent says, and I paraphrase, "You won't die. Eat this apple and you can be like gods." So Eve hears this. She likes what she hears. And she looks at the fruit, and the fruit looks good to eat. So she eats it. And so does Adam. Now, I'm not going to be the man to get up here in front of this congregation and even begin to start to disparage Eve. Would be a very foolish endeavor on my part. And I've been raised around a lot of very strong women, so I could never, and I would never. But we're not doing any of that. Quite the opposite, really. I'm here to reframe the story and invite anyone who still holds any guilt based on those old narratives to release it. Women have been marginalized for far too many years as a result of this outdated narrative. And I've been surrounded by too many powerful women in my life. So if that's what you were looking for me, then you came to the wrong place, because I'm not the one. So, and traditional Christianity has piled an insane amount of guilt and shame on us all as a result of that false narrative. So let's push past that, and let's look for some capital T truth in this story. It's an absurd conclusion to reach that conclusion from the creation story, that this is the source of all sin, and that Eve knew it was wrong and she did it. Well, why? So we established that Adam and Eve are living together in paradise with God, and they just broke the one rule that God gave them. Now, I'd like to challenge that. So, if they never eaten fruit from the tree of knowledge of good and evil, then it's a fair conclusion to say that prior to that point, they had no frame of reference for consequence. They ate the fruit, they had no knowledge of judgment, and that's what the fruit symbolizes, judgment. So we all know this because once they ate the fruit, their eyes were open. They saw that they were naked and they felt shamed and hurried to cover themselves with fig leaves. And before this, from the text, we know that they were already naked before, and they had no shame or judgment to that fact. Okay. So again, I'll ask the question. If they had no prior knowledge to the rules, the consequence or judgment, then how could they know that eating the fruit was a bad thing? They couldn't. Up until that moment, Adam and Eve were one with God, pure potential, divine masculine and divine feminine, and concept and potential only. That's what they were. They were thinking and feeling as potential. And the idea in divine mind. We're still in Eden at this point. That's the truth of divine being. Then they eat the fruit of the knowledge of tree of good and evil, and everything changes. But they didn't die, not in a literal sense. Their eyes were opened, and reality as they knew it died. They became aware of themselves as something separate from God. They became conscious. And that's where we're at now. That's the human experience. That's where the human experience kicks in. Rabel likens this moment to being born. Prior to this moment, we're one with God, much like a baby is one with the mother. But once the baby exits the womb, everything changes, just like it does for Adam and Eve. Once the umbilical cord is cut, our connection with our mother is severed, and we become a separate entity. Our consciousness kicks in, and we become aware that we are something new and unique. And we both like it and we don't like it at the same time. That's a judgment. That's where duality kicks in. In preparation for this talk, I reached out to Reverend Karen, and she joked that we begin our lives coming out of the womb and we spend the rest of our lives trying to get back in. Raise your hand if you've ever thought about what it would be like to not exist as a separate entity. Like, what if the I as we know it ceased to be? I've felt that way. It sounds like a ridiculous thing to say out loud, to just feel like what would it be like to not exist as me and just be a part of something else. But, I can say that I've thought about that. I've thought about that as a concept and what it would be like to not be an individual. But that's a ridiculous thought because we all chose to be here, or we wouldn't be. We are the universe experiencing itself. We are divine beings living the human experience. And I think that's beautiful. Adam and Eve may not have had knowledge of good and evil before eating of the fruit, but they had a choice. They had free will, and that's a blessing. We always have a choice. We can always choose love, and that's beautiful. The funny part is that Adam and Eve could have immediately eaten from the tree of life after consuming the knowledge of good and evil. They had access to that tree just like they had access to all of the trees in the Garden of Eden. But that's another topic for another day. God didn't banish Adam and Eve from the garden. I don't believe that. We don't believe that here at Unity. How could we? We know from Unity Principles 1 and 2 that God is all good and everywhere present, and our very essence is of God. Butterworth describes it as trying to separate away from the ocean. Just can't do it. Can't separate ourselves from God no matter how hard we try in our mind. We're always connected. We can't. We're all one with God, so if God didn't banish us from the Garden of Eden, then we banished ourselves. We chose that. We chose shame and guilt and fear. We may not be able to control the things that happen to us. That's the serpent in this scenario, external stimuli. That is until Moses raises the serpent above his head and it becomes something different at that point from a metaphysical standpoint. But again, another topic for another day. There are terrible things that happen to good people every single day. And I'm not here to deny or minimize or diminish that. That's real. That's what we're living with. We can't control everything, but we can always control how we respond. We have that choice. We always have that choice. Well, Mabry's not going to like me for this story, but I have a good little side note of kind of fits well with my topic today. So the other night, she woke up out of her sleep scared. And she does this every once in a while. She's scared that she can't sleep or confused why she's up. And Monica and I are in the living room, we're watching TV, and she comes in, she's scared, say it's okay, everything's fine. We got this kind of a routine down. Well, when she came in, she got a squeaky door that I need to fix, and she woke her brother up. So Monica, now that's her problem. She's got to go deal with Waylon. And she's not happy about it. She's annoyed. She's not mad, but she lets Mabry know, hey, you just woke your brother up. Now I got to go deal with it. Just a very matter of fact, it's late and mom's annoyed. So This sends Mabry over the edge. She's upset, and I can hear her. And I give her a minute or two to see if she can calm herself down. She doesn't. So I go into her room and affirm, "Hey!" My dad voice. She stops. I say, "Mabry, why are you so upset?" "Mom said I woke Waylon up." "Okay, so why were you crying?" "Well, she didn't need to tell me that." "Okay, she didn't. But you also didn't need to respond that way," I tell her, as I've told her many times. "You won't get the response you want from me as screaming and yelling. You always have a choice. You're not in trouble for being up. You're in trouble for getting your brother up. You're not in trouble for getting your brother up. You're in trouble for how you responded after your mom came in here. You always have a choice. You can't always control the things that happen, but you can control how you respond. That's what we have. We always have that." Now, this run-of-the-mill inter-family exchange is, I thought, a nice example of the human experience. We all had choices. Monica, Mabry, and myself, we all had choices. And we always have that choice. Fear and love. You'll hear that a lot from me. Are we operating from a place of fear? Are we operating from a place of love? You can take a look at our country and see that our leaders are making choices now more than ever from a place of fear. Rolling back regulations that protect Mother Earth, attacking healthcare and education, targeting immigrants, attacking women's rights and rights of the LGBTQ community, and many more. Stealing from the many to benefit the few. It's all coming from a place of fear, from a place of lack. But we can always choose love. We know that. And I hope you all have been listening to Manasseh, because not only can we do that, the country is counting on us to do that. The world is counting on us to do that, to show up in the world as love every day. The world needs us. They need us to show up, be present, and operate from that place of love. One of the songs I requested from Phyllis was "I Choose Love." And it's one of my favorites, and it's a great reminder as we go into our day-to-day lives. I sometimes find myself just kind of singing through it to just remember, choose love, choose that love. Because, folks, I mean, I got to be honest with you, it's easier said than done. It's hard. It's hard to choose love day after day and moment after moment, operate from that place. But we're all part of each other. We're one, just like the song says. We have to acknowledge that fear is a powerful emotion, and it's running the news cycle right now. But so is love. Love is a powerful emotion too. And fear can't beat love. Can't. And our very essence is of love. We're created in God's image, and God is love. Can't take that away from us. We can't beat fear with more fear. Hate and division only beget more hate and division. What this world needs is love. There's a lot more that ties us together than sets us apart. But it's hard to see. It's hard to acknowledge when we're in the moment, and it's way easier said than done, because fear and skepticism kept us alive on an evolutionary level. The guy who thought he saw the tiger lived, and the guy who didn't see anything, he got eaten. So from an evolutionary standpoint, we're skeptics. And it's way easier to point the finger. It's way easier to blame. It's easier to complain or feel sorry for yourself or feel separate or feel alone. I do it. I think we all do it. That's the human experience. But when we remember that we are divine, spiritual beings created in God's image, God the good, omnipotent, when we remember that, well, that's how we change our consciousness. Unity principle number 3 teaches that through our thoughts and actions, we co-create our reality. That consciousness, that same consciousness first described in the creation story of Adam and Eve, when enough of us make that shift in our consciousness to align our minds with divine mind, then we can begin to shift a collective unconsciousness. We can alter the fabric that weaves us together with the rest of the world and with God. That higher vibration, seeing God in everyone and everything. Thich Nhat Hanh said, "Waking up this morning, I smile. 24 brand new hours before me. I vow to live each moment, live fully in each moment, and look at all beings with the eyes of compassion." Again, easier said than done. We're all human, and this is the human experience. The fact is that there are people everywhere that are hurting. That's reality. That's real. People are hurting, and even people we don't agree with are also hurting. Maybe especially the ones that we don't agree with are hurting. There's a lot of people that claim to be Christian that could not be further from following the words and actions of Master Teacher Jesus, the great way shower. A living example of shows us what it's looked like when divine mind aligns with human experience. Or maybe they forgot. Maybe they forgot that they were tricked into a lie that we're separate from God, separate from each other. But not me, not us. Just like I tell my daughter every night, we are a light in this world. We shine bright. We make a difference. We learn and grow every day. And we get a little better every day. We make this world a better place. And our only competition in life is against ourselves and trying to be better than the person we were yesterday. That's it. So I offer to you all the gift of free will, the gift of Eve, the gift that was inside of us all along, release judgment from the tree of knowledge of good and evil, and choose love from the tree of life. Choose love every single time, because you deserve it, and you're worthy of it. And the world needs it from you now more than ever. Thank you.
All good, holy, holy.
I invite you all now to sit back and feel supported by your chair. Let your weight rest in the chair and feel supported. Close your eyes if that feels comfortable to you. And take a deep breath in and breathe in. God is. And out. I am. God is. I am. God is. I am. And as you settle in to that quiet place, inside, a place where God lives, where you're connected with Source, the fabric that ties us all together, we feel that fabric, that veil, slip down off our shoulders, down our back. And we start to feel that connection, not only the connection with God, but with each other. We feel that love, that powerful feeling, that powerful emotion surging through our body, outwards, connecting us with each other, with our community, with our city, state, country, and the world. That common thread, that love, it binds us all together. And we know that there is no separate. We are not separate from God. We are not separate from each other. We are one. And it's all good. Rest in that place of good, of love, and feel that connection with God and each other, if only for a moment.
We prepare now to show our gratitude for what we continue to receive. There are several ways to contribute to Unity of Bloomington. Checks or cash are always welcome. Or you can use the text to give button on the screen or donate button on the website. As the offering bags are passed, you may want to bless the bags and their contents. If you are new to us, please fill out one of the blue visitor forms in the pocket of the chair in front of you with your first impressions. Prayer request forms and the QR code to sign up to be a greeter also are available in the pocket. All of these forms may be dropped into the offering bag as it is passed. Greeters, please come up. Okay. Please join me in speaking our abundance affirmation. I am an abundant being in an abundant universe. I am not dependent on people or situations for my good. God within is the source of my supply. I always have something to give, and I consistently give it. I expect the best, I give my best, and I will attract the best in every experience.
I'm choosing heaven today. I'm choosing heaven today. I am walking the road of heaven right now, singing, I'm choosing heaven today. I'm choosing love today. I'm choosing love today. I am walking the road of heaven right now, singing, I'm choosing love today. I'm choosing joy today. I'm choosing joy today. I am walking the road of heaven right now, singing, I'm choosing joy today. I'm choosing heaven today. I'm choosing heaven today. I am walking the road of heaven right now, singing, I'm choosing heaven today.
Greeters, please come up. Please join me in speaking our offering blessing. Divine love flowing through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. I am grateful. Announcements. Meet and greet with Manas's mom. Please plan to stay after this service this morning. Meet and greet with Rev Manas's mother, Donna Johnson, before she returns to California at the end of the week. Pride Fest. We still need volunteers to sign up for shifts at the Bloomington Pride Fest on Saturday, August 23rd. The sign-up link is on the screen. If you would like to help plan the details for the day, watch for planning sessions in the next couple of weeks. Euchre Group. The Euchre Card Group meets tomorrow here in the chapel from 1 to 3. Please remember to park in the parking lot and use the back entrance because our paramedic partners will be working in the lobby. The yoga teacher. There is an opening for additional yoga teacher on Saturday mornings from 9 to 10 here in the chapel. If you are interested in joining the rotation to lead yoga, please see Kathy Haggerty or send an email to the office. Prayer for protection. Please join me and speak the prayer for protection. Together. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. And the presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. Please circle up for the peace song.